Before I begin, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Shingazo Productions for all the support I got on my last video. He doesn't make the best content, but he's doing the best with what he's got. Welcome back to Terra Ava, a speculative evolution sea world populated with chickens, ants, blue-bellied lizards, and several other insects. Terra Ava is inspired by several other sea worlds, such as Mesozoic's Orbis, Pagona, the world of bearded dragons, Alien Evolution's Project Apollo, the world of cattle, and Dylan Botch's Serina, the natural history of the world of birds. The first two are our YouTube series, and while I don't know if there's an official Serina YouTube series, creators like Curious Archive have created deep dives into Serina's history. In the last episode, we talked about how the chickens overpopulated and caused a large drought and food shortage, which eventually led to the creation of the Gals Tarrant. Emerging from this lineage was the Gals Nicator, the first in a line known as the main Nicators, or early killers. The Gals Nicator is the first apex predator on the planet. And while it is not the perfect predator, still sharing many similarities to the progenitor species, it does help stabilize the planet's ecosystem, helping turn the planet from a desolate wasteland such as this to a slightly more lively world. To compete with the new predators, some chickens grew large, like the Magnus lattice, the first spurred in a group that will come to be known as the Magnus legans, which are the sauropods of this world. Up to 50 pounds, not large by Earth standards, it is the largest animal on the planet at this time. The Magnus lattice is large enough to defend itself all alone. Other birds that are smaller need a different way to defend themselves. The Galsvinator is a small roadrunner-like chicken that adapted to be small and fast. It is the first in a lineage known as the Agiles venators, or agile hunters. And while they are small and insignificant right now, they are certainly a lineage to keep an eye on. Since there was still not much vegetation on the land, even after the arrival of the Gals Nicator, since the ecosystem was not yet fully stable, some birds, specifically the relatives of the Magnus lattice, began to wander into the water, eating algae and fish. This would eventually bring rise to the second largest animal on the planet at this time, the Magnus supernatant, a slightly smaller relative of the Magnus lattice that uses its web of feet and strong tail to swim out and eat fish, krill, and algae. It is 20 pounds and can still use its size to defend itself. While they aren't very well adapted to aquatic life now, they are still a lineage to keep an eye on, and this planet has a long ways to go. All of this takes place before 3 million years after seeding, during the Middle Primiticene, or Primitive Age. This is a rough diagram of all the chickens to evolve. As you can see, there are three groups: The main nicators have the Gallus nicator, which are the apex predators of the primiticene. The magnoslegans are large birds that help fill the niche of enormous large creature. And the Gillisonators are small scavengers and omnivores. The Gallus tyrant does not fit into any of these three categories and is extremely closely related to the chicken. And while some Gallus tyrants do look much different than chickens, it is mostly based on the individual, with some barely being distinguishable from a chicken. Since the breed of chicken left on Terra Ava were not capable of flight, technically there is no creature on here that is capable of flying. This explosion of diversity is known as the primiticene and is the earliest era in Terra Ava's history, which will define how life will evolve and survive on this planet for the rest of its history. Thank you for watching this episode of Terra Ava. It took me a little while to get done. Once again, thank you to Shin Godzilla Productions for all the support I got on my last video. You should go subscribe to him. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.